This is a special edition thanks to Mr. Harry Lowe from BBC World Service. Americans' frustration over the current US gun laws is heating up. So who opposes gun control? NRA, the National Rifle Association, campaigns against all forms of gun controls in the US. It is among the most powerful special interest lobby groups in the US, with a substantial budget to influence members of Congress on gun policy. They argue that more guns make the country safer. Really? Japan has one of the lowest rates of gun crime in the world. In 2014, there were 6 gun deaths compared to about 33,599 in the US. American population is 2.5 times more, so the gun deaths are roughly 2,240 times more than Japan. In order to buy a gun in Japan, you must attend a class all day, take a written exam, pass a shooting range test, and must score higher than 95%. There are also mental health and drug tests. Your criminal record is checked, even your relatives and co-workers, and police look for links to extremist groups. Police has sweeping powers to search and seize weapons, and to deny gun licenses. That's not all. Handguns are banned outright. Shotguns and air rifles are the only firearms you can legally buy in Japan. There are a limited number of long-standing rifle owners. When they die, their heirs must hand the rifles in. The gun ownership in Japan is 0.6 per 100 people in 2007, compared to 6.2 in England and Wales, and 88.8 in the US. Wow, that sounds like the entire nation is a military. Japan is the first nation to impose gun laws in the world. We don't believe guns play a part in civilian society. Japan has always had strict gun laws ever since guns entered the country. Executive Director of Action on Armed Violence and the author of Gun Baby Gun, Ian Overton says, "The moment you have guns in society, you will have gun violence. If you have very few guns, you will almost inevitably have low levels of violence. The response to violence is never violence. It's always to de-escalate it. A lot of it stems from the post-war sentiment of pacifism, that the war was horrible and we can never have that again." Japanese police officers rarely use guns. They practice martial arts every week and avoid using weapons whenever they can. They spend more time practicing judo and kendo than learning how to use firearms. Growing up in Japan, I imagined that only gangsters carry guns. But these days even they barely use them. Yakuza gun crime has sharply declined in the last 15 years, but those who continue to carry firearms have to find ingenious ways of smuggling them into the country. Police have discovered cases where they have actually hidden a gun inside of a tuna, so it looked like a frozen tuna. I really hope Americans will start finding some ways to de-escalate.
Mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we